This week on Storyboard, we are in conversation with Jack Swayne, Global CEO of mSix&Partners, which is one of the youngest Group M agencies. He was visiting India market recently. And we are catching up with Arun Srinivas, Director and Head Ads Businesses Meta India, who is giving us insights that could help marketers with their festive campaigns on Meta platforms. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. Jack Swayne is the global CEO of mSix&Partners, which is one of the youngest Group M agencies, and he was visiting India market recently. This is his first visit to India, and he sees a lot of headroom for growth in the country. We spoke to him during his visit, and he spoke to us about many things, including their rebranding last year and taking charge as the CEO around the same time, and what are the skills that media agencies need to hone in today's times. Listen in. Jack, welcome to CNBC-TV18.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your first visit to the country, your first visit to the WPP campus in Mumbai. Tell us your first impressions and, what are you hearing from the clients, from your colleagues?
So many things. I think to begin with, the welcome has been amazing. Everyone's been so friendly and kind and welcoming, both the clients and the people. But also just such incredible talent here. I get to see lots of talent all around the world. And I have to say that, it's absolutely exceptional here in this office and the mSix&Partners team, which is great. And I've spent lots of my time going to see as many clients as I can. And, they're all sort of telling me the same thing, which is, how can we continue to use media and more broadly marketing to keep driving this accelerated growth? Because I think they're all seeing that there is incredible headroom in this market for faster growth, and we as their partner have got a huge opportunity to be the drivers of that.
Yes, and being the drivers of that, also you took on the wheel about a year ago as the agency CEO, global CEO, and also at a time where the agency underwent an entire phase of rebranding. Tell us, what was the kind of goal that you set for yourself about a year ago? How much of it has been achieved? And, how, if you can give us a report card over the past 1 year.
Yeah, well, the report card is good and all in progress. So I think that's good. But, really the goal has been about making our vision of the power of and sort of real everywhere around the globe. And when I say the power of and, what I mean by that is, we've got this belief that to sort of truly transform the way brands are built, we've got to bring together diverse thinkers and makers and creators together. And so when we think about it in its simplest term, we've got to be brilliant at media and all the things that involves and it includes, and it's an increasingly complex world. But we best show up and solve our client issues when it's media and content, or media and commerce, or media and customer. And that has been a big focus for me for everywhere that we go, whether it's in India, the UK, or the US.
Whatever you're saying, hints towards that the scope of work for a media agency has increased over the past couple of years. If you can share with us, considering that you spoke about how you have to look at media and content and media and other things, and you have to come up with solutions for your clients. Considering the kind of scope of work that you do, what are the kind of skills that somebody like mSix&Partners and the employees of mSix&Partners and a media agency need to hone in today's times?
Yeah, I think we still got to make sure that we are at the forefront of all things media, whether that's in performance or within digital or increasingly within artificial intelligence and everything that goes with that. But also, I think the big areas within content. Our content team is increasing in size here in India, and we're also launching new products within content. So a couple of months ago here in India, we launched our And Studio, and that was really out the back of sort of talking to clients. Clients were saying, okay, I've got an asset for a top of the funnel and I can run that through television or broadcast media. But where I'm really struggling is with content for commerce, because I need thousands of different iterations, to fit either the platform or the ad format or the different messagings or calls to actions that are needed. So we've used a piece of technology to allow us to take a single asset and essentially reform that and create that into all the different variations, be able to plug that directly into media and optimize those assets based on the ones that are best performing in a commerce environment.
Sure. Also, if you can throw in some light or give us an insight into the kind of digital marketing trends that will dominate this year in the coming months, considering it's also festive season.
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of digital marketing trends, I think, at the moment, you know, whether it's retail media, whether it's gaming, whether it's, you know, the sort of list goes on. I think the thing that we're hearing the most of in terms of trends is around performance mindset. So when I've talked to clients here or talked to clients in the US or anywhere else, they're all saying to me, what I need to ensure is that we're optimizing all of our media, not just the bottom of the funnel, but brand, consideration, performance to customer lifetime value. And I think that is a big trend that we're seeing throughout, because then it changes the way that you think about the planning and the buying of media, ensuring that we're not just thinking about, you know, driving a new customer, but you're driving a customer over a longer period of time and you're maximizing that value.
Jack, when we spoke about how AI and generative AI has been the top of conversations at these global advertising festivals. If you can share with us, what is the kind of impact that AI and generative AI will have on your business and how you go about work on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I mean, I think the impact is huge on media, and we've been using AI in media for quite a long time.
Yeah,
you know,
but
working
generative
with
AI is something that is...
Generative AI is going to be really important. So if I think about the content studio, the AND studio that we're using, generative AI is going to use a bigger role in that, because at the moment we're creating lots of different iterations. You know, once we plug in generative AI to it, it's not humans making those changes, but it's artificial intelligence that is creating all those different assets out off the bank of data that is showing what is performing, and that is really exciting for us. I have to say, sort of right now, what's coming out of generative AI is good. It's not excellent yet, but it's getting better every single day. So we're excited about the future in that.
Something that is talked about a lot in today's media landscape is this battle for attention, the battle for consumer attention. As somebody from a media planning and buying agency, how do you win this battle for attention today?
I mean, I think there's some sort of technical answers around measuring attention that is really important. But honestly, I think the answer is in creativity. Because I think when there's...
creativity?
Yes, as the win for attention. Because creativity has always been about how do I grab someone's attention for as long as possible. And I think, you know, in a media-only way, we often think, okay, in Instagram, I've only got 1 second to grab someone's attention. So therefore, you know, the answer to that solution is to put their brand logo right at the beginning. I actually think that if we're more creative in our approach, which is, you know, how do we use creativity to really grab attention? So it's not just maximizing the 1 second, but trying to extend that is good. And I think there have been speaking to the team, some great examples of how mSix has been doing that here. You know, they've done it with Burger King, for example, last year, which I thought was a brilliant example of it. But I think rather than just sort of getting stuck in the numbers around attention, if we apply the numbers plus creativity, that is the magic formula.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Arun Srinivas, Director and Head Ads Businesses Meta India, who's giving us insights that could help marketers with their festive campaigns on Meta platforms.